My husband and I spent about $400 at the Dragonsteel Nexus store this year. Let's go through what we got. Every year that we go to Dragonsteel Nexus, we always think that we won't spend that much money. The first year was brutal. We kind of went crazy. It was our first time there. We did not know what to expect. And every year since, we've been trying to tone it down, but we definitely fail our mission. It is impossible. If you haven't been there, it's basically every single merch item you could think of for Brandon's books on steroids. There's like signed and numbered books. There are pages of his like original manuscript for sale. There are the coolest clothing and art items, and truly just, I felt like a kid in a candy store every single time. So this was actually, I think, our lowest amount we've spent ever, which is rough because it was almost $400. But the first couple items were actually free. We went as media badge holders, and so we're gifted a signed and numbered copy of Tailored Realities as well as a book stamp, which was super cool. I just tested out the stamp and this is what it looks like. And then both books came with a Tailored Realities bookmark, which is so fun. My husband got number 1094 and I got number 418. We did buy one book at the store, which was the signed and numbered leather bound of The Bands of Mourning. We didn't have this leather bound yet, and we of course had to scoop it up while we could get a signed and numbered copy. We did not expect that. Our number is like in the thousands. It's not a low number by any means, but I hadn't opened this book before, but it has tons of art prints in it. This is the original cover of the book. And it is gorgeous. So this is a prized possession. The nice thing about his leather bounds is they never deteriorate in value unless you somehow mess them up. Not that we would ever sell this. This is ours for forever. But we got number 1464 and we're super excited to have this on our shelf. My husband really wanted this Mistborn hat. He saw the symbol and liked it already, but then he saw on the side, Vin is running across the buildings. And just how cool is that? What a cool touch. Most hats just have, you know, the simple design on front. So this was really cool. And then inside it actually has a red Mistborn symbol. And it's not the same symbol, so I thought that was a neat touch too. I think this was like $30, and then they had a sale where any apparel was buy one get one half off. And so since we were already getting this, I decided to grab a t-shirt for myself because it made it, I think, $14 instead of $28. So I got the Dragonsteel Nexus 2025, just convention tee. Our other clothing items, we pretty much always get a matching sweater. Not pretty much. Every single time we've gotten a matching sweater. We almost got the Tress one, and I'm kind of nervous that this might have been the last year they had that one because they have had it at both the last conventions too. So I hope we can still grab that another time, but we ended up going with this Cosmere sweater just because we liked the colors of it more and thought we'd get more use out of it. We both got one of those, and we love these sweaters. They're really good quality. We wear them all the time, and our oldest ones we've had for over 2 years now, so a little bit pricey. With the buy one get one half off, they're not too bad. All right, this was the book stamp that we got with the Tailored Realities copy, and this is like heavy duty. So that's the design that you saw at the beginning, but like this is legit. So we're definitely gonna display this on our Dragonsteel shelf. It even has the little Dragonsteel branding here, but we just thought this was such a nice gift. Like, did not expect anything. They didn't do like media gifts ever in the past, so I wasn't expecting anything, let alone a signed and numbered copy and this stamp. So very cool and very thankful for these. We of course couldn't forget our dog, so we ended up getting a dog collar. This was a little pricier than I would have liked. We are constantly wearing our Cosmere merch, so we thought Onyx just needed one too. And this collar is so cute. It's pretty sturdy, fully adjustable, so we'll be able to make it fit him. And it even has the little Dragonsteel logo here, so it was a must. As soon as I saw it, I like pointed it out to my husband and he was like, obviously we're grabbing that. And it has this little pendant with Dragonsteel logo too. This was the only item that we like regretted as soon as we bought it, and not because we don't want it. I just wish I ordered it online. I just never seen this before and I got really excited because I love doing gem art. And they had this art print like fully done on display so you could see, and it's the same art print that Brandon has in his secret lair. He has like a stained glass version of this that is gorgeous and I absolutely love it. So I had to grab this. It was like $35, which I thought was pretty good. But then when we were buying it, I was like, how are we putting this in our suitcase? We had full suitcases on our way there. We were buying all this other stuff too, and it was tough to get everything back. So I do regret buying this in person. I wish I ordered it online. And note to self, next time we're not driving, we need to be conscious of like the size of the items we buy. And then lastly, for non-book items, we both got a World Topper Ball 2025 commemorative cup. They did these last year as well, and they're just such a fun little touch because when you're leaving the ball, it's sad. You don't want it to be over. It flies by, but then they give you a little goodie bag with like a crumble cookie and this gorgeous cup. This one says the World Topper Ball 2025. It has this art on the back. It has a bunch of Mistborn symbols around the side of the cup. And then on the bottom, it has a little secret touch. It says, I write these words in steel, for anything not set in metal cannot be trusted. We have these from last year too. Last year they were like glass goblets. They were gorgeous. and we have these displayed on our Dragonsteel shelf, which I do need to do a bookshelf tour of that shelf at some point because our Dragonsteel collection is extensive and we're really proud of it. So we both got one of these. These were technically free to us. If you go to the World Hopper ball, this is included in your ball ticket. Because we were media, we ended up getting invited to one of the balls, so we did get these for free, which we were very grateful for. Moving on to books, I'm going to put in some clips at the end because we did get a few books that were gifts for my husband's coworkers, and we already gifted those away. So I quickly recorded a little bit of an explanation for what those books were before we gave them away. So I'll put that in at the end. But besides the books we already talked about, I'm so mad at myself for this, but we got a deluxe edition of Red Rising before we went on the trip. I bought it specifically to get Pierce to sign it. Hopefully, we were really hoping to get to meet him, and we did, but I feel so dumb because I took the slipcover off of this before we went up to meet him, and I just set it on the ground because I didn't want to be holding that because they were going to take pictures and stuff, and I didn't want to hold this random slipcase, and I just forgot to pick it up again. We were in a hurry to our next event, and it just never crossed my mind until I got home and unpacked and realized this is just a naked hardcover now, but that's okay. He signed the front of it, which I thought was really cool. This is the really gorgeous new edition. It's expensive. It's like $50, but I thought it was worth it, especially because we were able to get it signed. I had no idea about this until the last day, but Tor was doing ARC drops like twice a day, and they were just completely free. You just went there at a certain time of day, and I ended up getting 2 books. This was the first one, This Kingdom Will Not Kill Me. My husband and I both grabbed one, and then we gave our other copy away to one of my friends there. But this looks like it's going to be an incredible fantasy book. I'm really excited for it, and it is publishing with a deluxe edition. I do plan to read this before it comes out because the premise just sounded super unique. It comes out in March. The other ARC I was able to grab was Veronica Roth's ARC. I missed the ARC drop of this one, but I went up and introduced myself and explained that I'm a book talker, and they were like, here, have a copy anyways. So I was really grateful for that. This ended up getting like, I don't know if you can see it on here, but super dinged up in transport, unfortunately, but I'm super excited. This is the author of Divergent, and it's a new romantic dystopian fantasy book, so cannot wait. This one comes out in May. I got 2 books from an indie author that I absolutely adore. I read her first book last year in 2025, and it was one of my favorite books of the entire year. It was a sapphic science fiction, like romance book, and I adored every second of it. So she actually wrote 2 books since then, which I did not know. I knew about this one, but I did not know about this one, so I'm really excited. She said this one's more of a thriller book, and this one is more like sci-fi romance. This one's called Bone Dresser. This one's Death Between the Stars. I think I'm going to start with this one, and I do plan to do a read a book in one day challenge with this book because I absolutely can't wait to read it. The hook is 2 friends, 3 days, 1 haunted spaceship. And then from here, I'm going to insert the clips of the other books we were able to get signed for some of our friends. Next up is a signed copy of a Brent Weeks book. My husband and I haven't read this author yet. We're really excited to read it. After meeting him, he was really nice, but this is The Way of Shadows, and this is because Abe's coworker, Kyle, is a huge fan of this series, and so we were able to get this book signed and personalized to Kyle, which was really cool. Pierce Brown was an author we didn't know if we were going to be able to meet. We missed out on like the ticket drops for signings because we were kind of late additions for media badges, and so we were able to see kind of towards the end of his signing slot if he was willing to meet us and sign some books, and he was so nice. He also told my husband and I that we have charisma, so now in my bio I have has Riz like quoted by Pierce Brown because like how cool. But anyways, we got 4 books signed by him. 3 of them are not for us though. The first one, which is like just the first Red Rising book, is a gift for Abe's coworker Drew. He's a big fan of this series. Lightbringer and Dark Age are for Abe's boss because a few weeks ago when Abe asked what his favorite Red Rising book was, he answered Dark Age, so we bought this to get it signed. Here's that signature. But then like the day before we left, he asked again and he said it was Lightbringer. So this is the one we got signed and personalized. And then it was so funny. Abe asked his boss if he wanted him to ask anything to Pierce Brown while he was there, and he said he wanted him to ask him to write him in as the love interest of Victra. And so Pierce Brown laughed when he asked that and immediately flipped to this like character list page and wrote in Sean, vulgar love interest of Victra. I can't read the rest, but like how cool. That's so fun that he added him as a character in the character list. So much fun. So we got both of those for his boss, and we're about to head to his work actually to give him these and his other coworkers, which is going to be really cool. I'm so excited. So super cool. Pierce is amazing. We met him later on at like a networking event too, and such a cool guy. He actually remembered my name from like hours ago in the signing line, and we were at the end of like him meeting hundreds of people. So I don't know how he does it, but very nice guy, and hope to be able to see him at future book events and get to know him better because he was amazing. We also got a few art prints. There are some licensed amazing artists that do different Cosmere characters and stickers and everything. So the first one we got is Yasna. This is from Jessica Parker. We've shopped from her booth a couple years now. We got stickers from her last year, and we always love her work. So we had her sign this. This is for one of Abe's coworkers who really likes Yasna. And then we also went and bought a CZ art print and then accidentally like bent it. It doesn't look as bad now, but because we bent it, we went and got a different one. So this is for another one of Abe's coworkers as a gift because CZ is their favorite character. And that's everything. Overall, this was the coolest Dragonsteel we've ever been to for a bunch of reasons not said in this video, so if you want like a full rundown of our Dragonsteel experience, let me know. I'd love to make that video and just chat. But we were super lucky and fortunate with some of the things we got to do. We have a lot of friends that we're always so grateful to see each year, and I have a secret project with one of those friends that I'm really excited to announce here in a couple weeks. But yeah, we always overdo it on the Dragonsteel store, but we're not mad at it. We budget for this. And again, this is actually the least we've spent in any year, which is embarrassing to say, but it's truly hard to resist when you're just surrounded by the coolest Dragonsteel merch. It's definitely a highlight of our year, but thank you so much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of my weekly uploads. And I do have a couple of vlogs from Dragonsteel I plan to post at some point. I just need to get a handle on my life, so stay tuned for those, and I'll see you guys in the next video.